Greetings, y'all. Man, I'm loud. Let me turn this down. Hang on. Sorry. I don't know why this does this. Hang on. I gotta bring this down before we go. All right. Let's try that right there. I don't know why it does that. It usually I have to restart my PC to get that to behave. But for some reason here lately, when I start this, broadcast software up, it just makes me blast out. So I don't know. All right, let's try that. I think that's better now. All right, let's get over here and get started. Where was I? Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We're back. We're playing some more Farming Simulator 25. We are in a new place. And there's Fuzzy. Let me get you a link here, Fuzzy. Let's see if I remember how to do this. I think I do. That one. And that one. There we go. All right. So, couple of updates. We're not where we were going to be. Took a flight out of Owendale, Michigan. Went and worked down in Kansas for a little while. So we flew back to Michigan. This is actually just a county over from Owendale. So we're not far from where we started there. This is Huron County. This is 16x map. So long story short, Kansas is broken. It's really broken. I tried to give it a fair chance. You know, we did that first look a long time ago with it, and it had some shader problems, and I was like, well, I'm out. You know, I was totally out. But got back in there, started doing some work, did some contracts, and noticed there was some stuff off. So there's like giant red X's in the middle of some fields, you know, like the border X's that you see on a map. But then it really got interesting when I couldn't mow the grass. The meadow grass, like the pre, it's not planted, the grass that grows, you know, by nature, and it would not mow with anything. I tried different pieces of equipment. Then I first thought I had was, you know, like a mod conflict. Went in, deactivated a bunch of stuff, and it would not work. I could not get it to mow for anything. Then went in to try to plow it, and it's weird because I could plow it, but I couldn't plow the grass. The grass stayed there. It's like it was there. It's like it was fixed there in place. So I naturally, you know, anytime you have a problem, you do some Googling. I did that. Some of the suggestions were, you know, the mod conflict thing. Some of the suggestions were go into the next month, and then you should be able to mow it. That didn't work. The only thing that I could get really to work was painting, and that would mean you'd have to paint every inch, foot, yard of the meadow grass to be able to plow it up, just to plow it up, to where you could plant something. And then I was like, well, when I tried to go the next day, guess what? The sleep doesn't work. You can't sleep at the house, at the farmhouse, and you can't sell the farmhouse either over there. So I was like, you know what? There's too many problems with this map. I'm done. I'm so done. I'm just, you know, I'm ready to move back to Michigan, where everything was going, you know, pretty well. So we're gonna try Huron County 16X. I've already got some equipment here. Yep, quite a bit. I've got 7R, Puma, got our forage harvester back here, got our Rubicon sprayer, got our 8900, got the 4955, got the 8R back here. Got a truck that's got the bale trailer on it. Since this is a 16X map, we're gonna have to use the truck to pick up the bales. It's actually got a nice, decent capacity on it too. Got our John Deere yellow edition of the side by side, the Gator. I've got our 2 combines. These are Stevie combines, since it is a 16X map. So yeah, we just moved on from Kansas. And we're in Michigan. All right. I did get one more tractor. I got one more tractor. I'm testing this out. I don't know if it will stick around. If it's still broken, then we will probably be getting rid of it. But I found an update for it, and it claims that in the one update, it fixes the problem that it had. The problem was you could not refuel it. So the update for this tractor says that that is fixed. We're going to find out. It's the Ford TW35. It's a TW30 series, but it's a TW35. That thing is moving. Oh, do I have the thing on? See, it does that. That's another thing too. I'm starting to think Farm Sim. Maybe I just need to reinstall it or something. The Super Strength automatically comes on now. I don't know what that's about. I haven't even used it here. So I don't know why that's automatically coming on. Like when I load the game in, the Super Strength is automatically turned on. And it's not like I saved it with it on. I haven't even turned it on this map at all. So, got the Ford tractor here. Boy, you walk up to this thing and it kind of shakes a little bit, doesn't it? That's not a good sign. But I think it's still a great tractor. I had a neighbor that had one of these. And it is fantastic. So, we're going to see if this thing, if you can refuel it. So I need to drive it around and, you know what else I need to do? I need to go in and change some settings here because I see my thing down there is where I can't read it. What's that under, I wonder? Is it under this one? You know what? I don't think it's under that one. Let's go in here. Let's see. I think I already set all this up. Was it in that one and I just didn't see it? Come on, get back up to the things up there. Okay. Go down. Settings, I'm looking for... Where's that at? Oh, hang on. I'm not in the right tab at all. Hang on, what is going on here? I'm trying to get to... Okay, there's that window. I want to go to that window without going over to the other one. This is where I need to be. Yes, this is where I need to be. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Simple Inspector. So I want to make that text size down there a lot bigger. So we're going to save this. The saves are horrible here because it is a 16x map. Well, we're just getting started, Adam. Yeah, just getting started. We've actually got to build where we're going to lay our head, and we've got to build a shed. We got to clear the land to build all this stuff, so. All right. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that tractor running. I'm going to let it burn some diesel here. See if I can refill it. I was looking down there at the gas gauge to see, it's at 100% right now, so I can't really test this theory out. So, alright, so there's our radar. This is all of our other equipment. We're going to do some mowing, I think, hopefully today. But we are going to run out back. So, let's take a look at the map. There's the PDA. Lot of fields. If you didn't see the video that I posted early this morning, did like a first look video of it. This is Huron County, 16X. Gotta have some Dr. Pepper here this morning too. All right. So, they actually start you off with some decent amount of land. We've got a pretty good sized field down here. We've got, I've gone in, if you didn't see that video, or if you hadn't had a chance to see it yet, I did get rid of a lot of like buildings and stuff in some of these areas. You actually start over here, and this is where the original farmhouse was. There were some old, in-game sheds and different things. Some equipment, not a ton of equipment, but I decided to get rid of all that. They start you off with a couple of fields here as well. They start you off with this field up here. I actually bought this lot, but they start you off with this field up here. That's a decent sized field. That's not tiny. That's pretty big. And then I came in and bought these two fields. We've got soybeans and corn, and they sit right behind the shop. Well, this lot sits right behind the shop as well. It's got a lot of trees on it. This is actually, I think, when you go to farmland, and I want that to be green. I need to change that. So go in there. No, don't leave farm. Edit farm. There we go. Change it to that. Keep that. Yep. Okay. Make it green. Yeah, it's green. So when you click on the farmland where the shop is, then it goes to this bubble down here. So this is just like randomly like put in the center almost there. What this is a lot of the land that the shop, some of the production sit on, but it also gives you the border of the map. That's where we're going to start probably mowing, because there's a ton of grass out there. There's some trees, but I think we're really there for the grass. Now there are some creeks on this map. There's some bridges that crosses those creeks, so it's not perfectly straight, but we've got a lot of grass out there. So we'll get to that later on. Hey, you can see it a lot better like that. Like a light green now. Cool. Yeah, you can see our property too. That field, these two fields, that field. So yeah, I think it's a good starting place. Good starting place there. But we're gonna actually get started back here behind the shop. So there's our cornfield that we own. Soybean field is on the other side of the shop. We're gonna get started back here. So we're gonna clear out a lot of these trees. We're gonna keep the crooked trees up here just to have like a natural barrier between our farm homestead here. This is gonna be our farm homestead where all these trees are. Hopefully this works the way I planned it out in my head. So we will see. But yeah, we'll keep all the crooked trees out there. Might even mow this after we get done. Alright, so that's the story. You like how the character runs? I think that's mostly due to the run mod that we have on. Because if I really get him going, he goes like this. It's one of the run fast mods. But if you just walk him forward, it's more like a trot. It's more like a jog. You know, when you see people, oh, here comes Fuzzy. That's actually a fast thing. When you see people jogging in the morning before they have to go to work, that's what it looks like. All right. So I'm gonna get started back here. Actually, I guess I need to cut some trees first. You know what? I don't own a chainsaw. Hang on. I gotta buy a chainsaw. That's how new this is. Oh, there's a save. It freezes up really bad when there's a save. Okay. So let's cut some trees. I'm gonna cut these try to cut them above the grass level so we can see the stumps. And these are some big trees. Do you want to start the morning over? I am lost, Twitchy. What do you mean? Thought you were doing Kansas. Nope, Kansas is broke. If you missed that, Jeff, we talked about it. Kansas has got some problems. Some big problems. You can't sleep. Like, literally, you can't go to the farmhouse and sleep. It will not work. You cannot cut the grass. Can't mow it in any way. I tried a bunch of different, even in-game stuff. Tried turning off Swathing Plus. Tried turning off Real Mower. Tried thinking of any mods that might be conflicting. Couldn't find any. Couldn't plow the land. Couldn't plow the grass. There are some floating red X's out in the middle of the field. Yeah. And you really don't discover those issues until you actually get in and start playing the map. So I was doing some contracts and tried working on the grass and just, it wouldn't work. So we moved back. We moved back to Michigan. Kansas is still broken. It had the shader issue back in the day, which was a deal breaker for me because it looked terrible. But, yeah, not being able to mow the grass or work the ground or the land or anything, that was a deal breaker. We got to be able to mow the grass. You know how much I like to mow the grass in Farm Sim. We got to be able to do it. Alright, I think just to start we need to clear an area that we can fit I think I'm going to build a trailer just to start, and then as we work on the map and expand it and stuff, we might build a farmhouse somewhere else, like an actual house. But I think I'm going to start with a trailer. So all the problems you started with, starting over might be easier. You mean starting the map over? Or just starting the morning over? No, it still had problems. I loaded up another save, and even on that one it still had the same issues. I turned off all the mods and went in and tried to use the in-game stuff, and it still had problems. Still couldn't sleep. Even another problem was the map itself, like the PDA. Like, how you go into the map and you go over to growth, and you can see what's almost ready to harvest, what's ready to harvest, what's been plowed, cultivated, etc., etc. That broke. To me, I think that's something to do with the map itself. I really don't think that a multi-failure to that extent would be a specific mod conflict, or even, it wouldn't be a mod conflict because I turned all the mods off and it still had the same problems. So yeah, we're just gonna not go back to Kansas anymore. I think I'm done trying. I gave it a chance. I gave it a fair chance. Now you can harvest on that map. You can do the contracts on that map. But some of the key systems just do not work. Yeah, that I've never heard of that fuzzy. It must be a song or something. Yeah, well, I guess technically that is in the in-game mod hub. So you might put some of the blame on Giants with that one, maybe. That's what they need. They need to hire people to play these maps and be like, hey, it's got this problem. They need to hire some civilian testers. Or, just online farmers, or something like that. They need people who actually sit down and play the game to discover the issues, because you can hook it up to a computer software program that might detect errors here and there, but until you actually sit down and play a map, you're not going to know if something else is broken. So if they ever decide they want to do that, I would be happy to do that. Don't know that they would, let me stream it or anything, but I would be happy to do that if they want to just, you're like, hey, test this out. You send me a cool hat or a keychain or a t-shirt or something like that. Now, it's got to be a cool one. It can't be, something with, what's that tractor brand I don't normally ever buy? The Valtra. You send me something with Valtra on it or something like that, we're out. We're done. I am cutting trees left and right. Worst part is a lot of that was supposedly fixed. Yeah, I didn't look to see what the specifics were on the changelog. All I know is that they did fix the shader issue, and I know exactly how they did it. They fixed it exactly the way that I said they should. Because we had that same problem before. You guys remember back in Farming Simulator 22 when we went and played Green Valley, Nebraska? And then we had the bright idea of flattening out the field on the southern edge of that map. We had that same shader problem where it casted like a really strange angular shadow across the field. It's because we flattened it and we took it down to a level that made it flat, I guess, off the edge. So the trick to fixing that was re-elevate the edge of that and elevate some of the land kind of close to the border of that map, and it fixed the problem. That's kind of what they did, because I noticed when I was over there doing some work over on the east side of the map where we first saw that issue. I might need to get some of these up because it's starting to get a little leggy. I noticed that they had elevated some of the ground over there on the east side. So that's how they fixed that. I think that's how they fixed that shader problem. And it may be totally unrelated, but not that. I need the front thing. Where's the front? There we go. Please just be a save. I think that's just a save. Okay, I think that was a save. I was like frozen and couldn't move. You never know with some of these, we're gonna call these experimental maps because they're 16x. And yeah, if we know how to break a map, it doesn't matter what size it is. It can be a 16x map, a 4x map, regular standard size map. Trust me, if it can be broken, we're gonna break it. I didn't break Kansas though. Kansas is just broke. Is broke from the, from the start, I think. Well, yeah, these are some big trees. Look at that. I'm already at 31%. I've only vacuumed up a few of them here. I think it's these big ones. There's some that are big around. You guys remember the diameter of the trees back on Erlengrot? When it first came out? If you played Erlengrot back on 22, you'll know which trees I'm talking about. They were up the mountain, I think, primarily. But they had a huge trunk on them. They had a huge diameter on them. And it's funny they didn't bring those trees back when they brought Erlengrot back for Farming Simulator 22. Was it 22? Wait a minute, when did we get Erlengrot? Was it 19 or 22? I'm trying to remember when we got Erlengrot now. Maybe we got it in 19 and then they brought it back for 22. I think that's what it was. I think it was like the add-on DLC expansion map for 19, and then they brought it back as an in-game map for 22, but they didn't bring back the big trunk diameter trees. Yep, I'm gonna have to go through and get these stumps. I have to go empty here very soon too. Which means I'm probably going to have to build a silo system real soon too, and a bale shed. Fuzzy, did you, I saw where you sink. Did you ever make it in? Probably waiting on something to do. Not a whole lot to do right now. I'm hitting stumps left and right. Try to get the trees that are down. You're in, okay. Just looking around. Hey, if you want to do me a favor, take the Ford tractor and just drive it around. It's already on. I'm trying to run it a little lower on fuel. Just go out there and just drive around. If you want to drive around the border round and round and round or something, just run the thing out of fuel if you want to. That's the only time you're going to hear me say that. Alright, let's get these stumps out. Oh, be careful, it will flip. It's got that same gravity thing, so don't turn any corners too sharp. Supposedly the fuel thing is fixed on it. We're gonna find out. It's not fixed, no problem, we'll just sell it back. Oop, missed that one, didn't I? Saw the chips flying. There we go. There's a lot of stumps. Turn on my lights just in case anybody tries to walk up on the tractor here. Safety first. Quite loud as well. Yeah, older tractors like that, you know, they're typically loud. Try the in cab, see if it's any quieter. And again, I don't know why my microphone, I got it turned down in the software, but for some reason it's decided to... It's like a lot of stuff is automatically happening on my PC. I'm a little concerned. My super strength is automatically on when I load in. My volume is going automatically up when I load in. I think that's all of the stumps here. There's probably some more down here. That's why I'm trying to cut them high so I can see them above the grass. And I think I've got them all. We'll find out. Nope, I don't have them all. I don't have them all. There's more. Alright, now I think that's it. We'll find out when we try to place stuff down. It's either going to be a yay or an A. Take the cover off. This is the only place we really have to store anything right now is this truck. Oh, there's a save. Oh, those saves hurt. Especially on the 16X. Oh yeah, it just blows in the trailer just like it would a forage harvester or something like that. Alright, one Dr. Pepper down. Alright, and I think while that's filling, maybe I can go build this thing over here. Go to building. I want to do a farmhouse. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. And I'm thinking this trailer would be perfect. It's small enough that it doesn't really matter. I'm going to put it just about midway out here. Give us a little backyard maybe there. Is my thing on? No, let me turn my thing on. Why can't that automatically be on all the time? Alright, let's do it right there. That looks about halfway, right? Pretty close. Right in there. Alright, we got a farmhouse. It's a trailer, but we've got a place we can sleep. Alright, you can't go in this. This is just the basic trailer. So I'm gonna say that my quarters, my cabin, no, what's the right? My room is over here, Fuzzy. Your room is down here. You get the door on the right, I get the door on the left. Oh. Hey look, it's got a trailer hitch too, so we can move it if we need to. Alright. Really, they're about equal, because, I mean, look, the windows in the back are about the same. Okay. So now, do we have enough room to build... We need to build a shed. Let me see what will work. You know which shed I want to build. Everybody knows. I really like the Icus sheds. Alright, the door is on the south side there. I'm probably gonna have to cut some more trees. Don't really want to turn it that way. Can't turn it that way. Might be better to build it over here though. Cut a few of these trees down through here and then... Yeah, let me clear out some more trees over there in front of the trailer over there. Over here on this far side over here. You have to adjust your graphic settings for this map. My GPU fans are roaring. No, I didn't have to adjust. I haven't adjusted anything. Mine seems to be running it just fine. The saves are murder, but I need to turn that truck off too. Let me turn the truck off. Actually, you know what? Let me bring the truck down there. Need to put another road in on this side. I have 2 roads around the shop. Alright, let's see what we can cut here. Yeah, but see these trees? These have the larger diameter on them. These are what's worth a lot. What did I just hit? I added a stream marker. I don't know what that means, but I just did it. I bumped the button. How do I not? I don't know what that means. Oh, I've added like 3, trying to figure out what I've done here. I don't know what I did though. Is that the one with the closed trigger? Yeah. He travels light. He doesn't bring many clothes. There you go. Let's see. I think maybe up to here. Maybe this will be enough. Yep, we need a shed and a silo. To get started. Is it weird that I can smell wood, like sawdust, as I'm cutting these trees? Wouldn't that be a cool experience? Like, if they brought that into development where if say you're cutting trees, you would have the smell of sawdust, or if you're mowing grass, you could smell the cut grass, you know? They actually did that one year as an April Fool's joke, saying that they had this thing where it was like a little box you could buy to have all the different smells of the farm. Although when it comes to slurry and manure and all that stuff, I don't think I would really want to smell that. Alright, I think I'm gonna stop right down here. If I can find the tree. Alright, we'll stop there. I don't have a link for the wood chipper. All you need to search for, if you want to just Google it, I don't even remember where I got it. Just search for Brooks, Bruks, AIO, or all in one. Well, here you go. I can show it right here. It's by Big Daddy Brooks. Big Daddy Backyard, maybe. I think originally it was like Big Daddy, so he might not be. He might be from across the pond. But yeah, just search for AIO Brooks all in one, and it's out there. Find a site that you maybe trust. Ooh, there we go. That tree did not fall. Neither did that one. Maybe I need to start cutting these away from the other trees. I think that's all the ones there. Let me go down here and get these, and then we'll start getting some of these stumps. Alright. Matt, this map is huge. Yeah. I think we did a science project one time, and I don't remember which farming simulator it was, but we had a 16x map, and we took one of the trucks. The trucks average, what, 51 miles an hour, I think? We drove from one side of the map to the other, and it took about it was somewhere over 4 minutes to, I think, drive the entire length, and that was on a road. But to drive across the map, it took like maybe 4.5 minutes to drive across the map. So you can imagine driving one of these tractors that only goes 26 miles an hour, or 20 miles an hour or something like that. How much fun is that gonna be? But we do get a lot of custom crops with this map too. That's one advantage that this map has over Kansas, is that we get a lot of stuff. There's mustard here, there's hemp here, and another big plus is this map does have alfalfa and clover. So our harvester silo, we can get processing grass, chaff, alfalfa, and clover now. So it's one thing that I kind of miss about Judith Plains is that you had that extra little bit. Now there are other maps that have clover on them as well, as that go along with the alfalfa and stuff. So one map that just came out that I think is available for everybody is the one we played back in 22 with Old Man, the Deadwood map. There's actually 4 different versions of that map. And I think that's available on console as well as PC. So if you guys out there in console land, if you haven't played the Deadwood map, you should go play that map. And there's 4 different choices that you can play that map with now. I think it comes with all 4. You have to decide. So it's called Deadwood the Next Chapter. And then there's Deadwood Chapter 2, Deadwood Chapter 3, and Deadwood Chapter 4. So yeah, you got a lot of options. We might go take a look at it at some point in the future, but it's a little different from what it used to be. Nothing's where it was on any of the maps. So, alright, that truck is full, and I think we've got all the stumps now. So, actually, let me turn that off. Need to move the truck now. Need to build the silo. Really, we're gonna have to empty our truck soon. We might have enough room to build that thing now here. Oh yeah, we got enough room to build it. We're good to go. We need to leave enough room for a road. So where does the fence actually start? I'm gonna kind of get it past that fence so we have enough room to build the road. Not gonna be a fancy road. Just a dirt road. It's a red dirt road. Alright, so I need to do that. We're gonna put solar panels on this. We're gonna make this, let's change the color. I really have become a fan of the Hardy Red. The Hardy Red is like the red of the old style barns. So I think we're gonna make it that color. Okay. And then we'll just build this right. Are we still kind of in line? I think that'll do it. What did that say? Collides with an object. Oh, do we have a... I wonder if we have a stump down there somewhere. Let's take a look with our stump finder. Yes, we do. We have 2. We have 3. We have 4. We've got some stumps. And actually, there's a little box back there. I don't know what that is. But there's like 4 stumps out here. We'll take these out real quick. And there's some kind of sphere down there. See that sphere? Never seen that before. Could it be aliens? I don't know. Like a box back there too. And I know I counted 4. Maybe I already got it? I don't know, I'm not seeing it. Let me go back into flight mode. The moon? Is it the moon? Maybe it's the moon. Oh, you know what? It is the moon. Yeah, that's... So it goes on the other side of the world. Just like in real life. Okay, I don't see any more stumps. So I think we're good to go. Oh, there's a save. Oh, that's even worse than flight mode. Oh, let's build this thing. Actually, I need to get out of flight mode. Hang on. Can I do that in this menu? Alright. Aw, I've got to go back and redo all that stuff. Gotta line it up again. There's the fence. Solar panels, and we want to change that to that red. All right, we got a shed. I think that looks pretty good. Need to cut some more trees around it. Let's see, actually, let me cut these kind of away from the path there of the door. This one the other way. Definitely want to cut a lot of these away from the shed. Alright, let's go grab our tractor. Did you get lost yet, Fuzzy? No. Keep driving. Let's try to get it down to like 90%. Actually, I've got to find the gas station. I don't know where the gas station's at. Guess I could go ahead and put in a fuel tank here. Nope, I got a loose limb. Where did it go? It's under me. Right there. Stay. Stay. Yay. backup beeper. I do that all the time at work. Alright, I think that's a good start. Right there. I'm going to come in and put some gravel down, I think. A little gravel in here. I'm going to cut more of these trees back. Put some gravel down around the trailer here. And then we'll build our silo over here. Alright. Good start. Where is the fuel station now? Have you seen the fuel station yet, Fuzzy, out there? Because I don't know. Guess I could go drive around and... try to find one. It's got to have a gas station somewhere. Right? That's the shop. Oh, right there. There's one. It's down there where the starting farm used to be. Boy, he gets all serious. Look at this. When I start this thing up, he's like leaned in. He's ready to go. So this is the all Yeller edition. This is our diesel go-to. So yeah, Fuzzy, if you want to start heading down to this gas station down here, I'm gonna try to find it. Another thing that's really cool, so you see the windmills out here? Just like on Owendale, it's got the same windmills, but these windmills are in the map. And when you buy the land that they sit on, you own those windmills. I think we already own 2 of them. So we'll probably end up selling those back. Oh, there's a turn. Do I need a turn? Yes, I do need to turn. I need to make a left. And then make a right. He needs wide open spaces. Oh, there's a save. Those are horrible. But you know what? I still like those saves better than going into the menu and then it freezing up in the menu, because then you have to sit here in the menu and wait. Whereas you get kind of a 0.5 frames per second save for just maybe 5 to 10 seconds. It's not too bad. Try not to pass the road. Here we go. I'll make it right. Activate the GPS. I do have a GPS globe on this little rig here, so we're good to go. No, this is Huron County, 16X map. There's the farmer's market. It's the same farmer's market from 22, so it's a little bit bigger than the little farmer's market that they give us now with 25. Alright, here's the gas station. It's got 4 sets of 4 pumps out front, so go ahead and put a little in here. Yeah, this map, originally it came out, I think it came out in 19, didn't it? This one is converted by G-Man 72. He did this map, he did... There's another one called U.S. Flatlands, there's a French one, French something. Hey, there's Fuzzy. See if you can put some fuel in that thing. Pick a pump, any pump. So you're at 96%. Oh, it does fill up. Cool. I like that they fixed that. So I need to put that in our essential mod folder. So we'll have that tractor from now on. I'm happy that they fixed that. I'll put a little more go-go juice in this. Alright. We'll head on back to the farm. I think I want to get to mowing. Oh, you're not going as fast as I am. Woo! Hi, farmer's market. Now the Deadwood map is out though. No, this is not the same map we were on last time. This is far from it. It's actually the county over from the map we were on last time. We're still in Michigan, but this is Huron County. I guess I'm saying that right. Huron or Huron County? I think it's Huron County. This is a much bigger map. I think I need to turn there. I think I need to go that way. Yeah, when you look at this map, it's much, much bigger. This is a 16x map. Really big. This is the same size. You guys remember the Wild West map by Kaz64? This is the same size as that. Alright, so I know this is not our home, but I'm going to park this back in here until we get back. Gonna be moving a lot of stuff over to the sheds and stuff. All right, and I'm gonna head over west, and I think I'm gonna mow counterclockwise around the map here. Eventually, it would be nice to have the areas that we're going to mow now, kind of maybe plow them up and put some pre-made fields in them. It could be grass. I think grass would be logical. But we could also widen these areas out. I got this mower because it's one of the smaller mowers that will fit between the road and the trees. There are some trees that we can remove, I think. To bring in a bigger mower. I don't know if it's going to take a while to conquer, air quote, this map, but it's going to be a map just to, you know, hang out and enjoy. We're never tied down to a map. We're never really fixed in one place. We're a couple of nomads here. But I like the way this map is starting out. Number one, it works. That's probably the biggest thing, is like, okay, does the map work? So far, knock on wood, the map works. Kansas, not so much. I'm getting rid of that map. I'm never going back there. I'm done. I'm done. It had so many problems. The shader issue was fixed, but when you can't mow the grass, when you can't plow the grass, when you can't sleep at Grandpa's house, can't even sleep at the farmhouse, then you know the map's got problems. So yeah. There's this truck, dump truck. And traffic is on. Yeah, I tested this map out to be sure that, number one, that we could mow the grass. So there's a little bit of cut grass down here already. Should be right at this intersection here somewhere. Yep, right there. So we can cut the grass. That's evidence that we can cut the grass. So that's good. Alright, let me head back up here. I think there's a river or creek that's up here that starts up here. Yeah, grab the merger and just come over here to almost where... what is that, field 41? I think that's where we're going to start. Is going to be on the outside edge of field 41 over here. The northwest. Come to the great northwest. And I think with that thing, just maybe merge it towards, set it up to where you can just merge it towards the center. Make sure both belts are on. I think that one you can turn on just one belt. But make sure both of the belts are on, that way you get the full, because I've got a 6.2 meter width on this thing. Alright, there is the little river there. Might be able to do 2 passes on this. Let me set this up to where I'm mowing in a straight line. Alright, we're mowing. Bring it over a little bit so I've got a little room to mess around here. Okay. How many fields on the map? A lot. So that's field 41. I don't know if these go in any kind of order or not. Well, there's field 213. So there's at least 213 fields. 214, 215. If I had to guess, I'd say there's 215 fields. Just looking at the numbers, it looks like they start... Yeah, it looks like they start up here. So there's the number 1. And then they just kind of go in some kind of order across the map. And then 215's down there. Yeah, because there's field 162. So 215 fields? Yeah, over 200. I would say those are probably... At least field-wise, when we bought this outer part here, so that's farmland 254. So as far as like the other properties, maybe there's 254. I don't know. There's over 200, that's for sure. Make sure, Fuzzy, that if you go ahead and start merging this, to merge away from the highway. Merge it in towards the... I don't know if you can merge with that one using that one. Can you merge in one direction? I don't know. I don't know if you can or not. But make sure you merge it in away from the highway. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go all the way down this pass and then come back up. There's the spot that we mowed. Need to put some kind of little sign on the road there so we know where to turn to go to our farm. There goes a low-flying plane. Not here, it's in here IRL. So yeah, while we're mowing, we'll do another little fly around here. So there we are mowing. Gives you an idea of the scale of this map. Can't even see the whole thing flying around. This thing is massive. Okay, there's the edge. Fly across diagonally here. There's one of the windmills. There's the farmer's market. So that means our newly established farm is right here behind the shop. A lot of little treed areas out here, so there is some areas that we could do some work. Oh, there's a save, there's a save, there's a save. Yep. You can definitely feel those. So yeah, that gives you an idea of how big this is. Now I don't know what we need as far as like the special crops. Let's do that. Let's go through the special crops again. If I can find where they start at here. Okay, there's where they start. So we got spelt, we've got rye, we've got triticale, I don't know how you said it. We've got summer wheat, summer barley, hemp, linseed, alfalfa, beans. Now I don't know if that's a different kind of soybean or if that's a different kind of bean. I don't know. We've got another peas down there. I'm going to assume that might be chickpeas. Lavender, mustard, buckwheat, field grass. So I don't know what that is either. Tobacco, clover, lentils. That's what Jesus used to eat. Jesus used to eat the lentils, I think. Onions, hops, millet, and more onions. So maybe different kinds of onions. It may be the onions that they had on the map before Giants actually came out with the onions. So lots of stuff. I'm going to be mowing for the rest of the day. And not even making the second pass up. This is where we need that big mower, that big trail behind mower. And then the probably the Oxbow merger. Don't think we really need the Huron baler with the added silage additive, because I think we would run out of silage additive by the time we get down to the bottom of this pass. So we'll probably just use the balers that I've got. I think I'm going to stick with our 3 brands too. John Deere, Case IH, and the New Holland brand. Those have been my go-tos. Oh, really? So they were kind of like the pioneers of some of the farm sim that we know today. Back in 19. Wait, when did we start doing the orchard stuff? Was that in 22? Yeah, that was in 22, wasn't it? Or not orchard stuff, vineyard stuff. So we had grapes, we had olives, and then what else did we get? We got sorghum, I think, with 22. 19, we got cotton. Oats. Trying to remember what all we got. And sorghum, I think. Did we get sorghum then? Or did we? No, when did we get sorghum? Sorghum was in 22, because I think that's the same time we got the vineyard stuff. Oats, cotton. What else did we get in 19? I don't remember. You should go to the gas station and back, then you won't be done with the first pass. Well, the road to the gas station, I think, was back there. Was that FS19? No. No. No, I don't think that's right. Because I'm not sure with the oilseed radish, but the sugarcane, we got sugarcane when we got the Estancia La Pacho map. That's where they introduced it. And that was a expansion DLC map. And I think that one came out in, I want to say 17. 15, the gold was, it was the gold pack, and that added Sosnovka. And then 17, I think, is when we got Estancia La Pacho. So if we got oilseed radish at the same time, then that would have been in 17 there. Because in 17 we got sunflowers, and I think that's when we got soybeans. And then when they came out with the expansion pack, we got sugarcane. Oh, you're talking about in real life. Oh. Yeah, no, I don't need to go to the gas station. Go get some gas station, go get some Casey's pizza. Pick up a Casey's. I've actually got pizza in there already. I've got some Domino's. The Domino's any menu pizza, you can build your own or you can get one of the specialty pizzas. Any of those through tomorrow are 50% off. So I had to jump on that deal. Probably was going to get one anyway, but it's nice to be able to save 50%. 15 minutes could save you 50% or more on pizza. Ask Siri. I could ask her. Hey Siri, when did sugarcane come to Farming Simulator?
Here's an answer from morningshares.com.
No, I don't think that's right. That gave me a real life thing. I need to be more specific so she understands. Hey Siri. In Farming Simulator, a giant software, when did sugarcane come to the game?
I found this on the web.
Okay, introducing sugarcane. Let's see what this says. Farming Simulator 17. It came with the Platinum Edition of Farming Simulator 17. Alright, so in Farming Simulator 15 we had 8 base crops. We had wheat, we had barley, we had canola, corn, sugar beets, potatoes, grass, and hay. In Farming Simulator 17, they added soybeans, sunflowers, oilseed radish, and poplars. And then they added in sugarcane with the Platinum Edition. In Farming Simulator 19... Oh, there's a save. Oh, there's a save. Farming Simulator 19, we got Oats, cotton, and that says sugar cane too. That doesn't make sense. I don't think that's right. I think they just brought it back. So they first introduced it with the Platinum Edition, and then they brought it in as a base crop. Maybe that's what they mean, as a like a base crop. All right, I've reached the end of this pass. Then the east-west pass starts right there, so I'm gonna cut to right there. Alright, I'm heading back north, Fuzzy. So that leaves Farming Simulator 22. That one's still kind of fresh on the brain, so that's... We got... grapes, olives, and sorghum in the base game. With the premium expansion for 22, we got carrots, parsnips, and red beets. That came with the Sri Lanka expansion. So that's your Farming Simulator history. Morning, Tomcat. How's it going? I don't even see you yet, Fuzzy. You might be literally miles away from me. You know what? I think I could probably do a third pass over here. Maybe a fourth one. I don't know. I need to trim some of these trees back. Maybe just come in and trim the trees where it's flat, because it does slope up over there. I'll leave the trees on the hill. Definitely need to bring a plow in here. You know what? I don't think I bought a plow yet. Guess we could look at contracts too. See if any of those pay real well. Yeah, there's some fertilizing contracts that pay pretty good. Some harvesting contracts. Gonna need to buy a hoe. Spraying. Oh, I need to go in and turn this other stuff off, the stone picking and all that. We don't want to do those. Don't want to do those contracts. Let me go into settings and turn those off. So to turn those off, just set these to 0. I think it's the bottom 4 if I remember right. And then we'll change... Actually, we need to change the reward factor too, because this comes by default as 1.5. To do the standard reward would be 1.0. So I'm going to change that back to 1.0. I think we'll set that to 20. Set that to 10 and 50 for the maximum. Okay, that looks good to me. We'll save there. Hold on. Hold on to your butts. Here's the save in the menu. I mean, you got a wider swath than I do, Fuzzy. So yeah, if you want to hit it, you can try to merge it all into one. Yeah, this has been your Farm Sim crop history, and now the rest of the story. Hi, T Fuzzy. Yeah, I think I can get at least a third pass. Probably not a fourth one, because some of these trees do stick out far. Oh boy, I don't know if we can get a third one now. Boy, look at these. These stick out really, really far. Yeah, no, I'm not going to go for the third one. Not quite yet. I'm going to come in and take out some of these trees, I think, before I try to mow any more over here. But we need to build our silo system first, because we've got basically 1,000,000 liters with the trailer and the Brooks, and that's it. So until we get a silo system to dump into, I think we need to clear some more trees out down there and push the trees away and get the silos built. Yeah, just as long as you make sure that you don't merge that row too close to the road. I'd rather have it merged away from the road, more towards the inside if it's possible, because sometimes the roads, as far as like the farmland ownership, if you merge it out in the road, it'll disappear, or it'll be in a spot where you can't get it back out unless you get a bigger merger windrower. But a lot of times it'll disappear. You just won't see it again. I would say it's good where you've got it right there. That's, if you want to move it more towards the trees, you can. And then in the long run, in the long run, this is just long run. Bring in get a big plow, get one of the big tractors, bring a big plow over here and just plow a straight 12-meter swath down through here, and then probably replant it as grass. getting close to the end down here. All right. I will grab a baler. Think I'm gonna go with red. Save. Yeah, I think another one of our goals, we talked about this kind of before with Owendale, is we now have the actual windmills here, whereas over there, you know, they were not technically ours. They were phase throughable. You couldn't sell them or anything, and most of them were outside of the map, but there was one inside the map. These are ours once we own the land that they sit on, but you have to own the land that they sit on to be able to do anything with them. So I need to actually go around and look and see how many we actually own. I know we own at least 2. There's one down there where the starting farm was. And there's one back there at our new farm. Need to look around these other properties that we own, that they give us, and see if there's any windmills sitting on those. I kind of want to replace them with the big ones. Not get rid of them, although we could do that. But that's like a monthly asset. So that's revenue coming in. And believe me, we're probably going to need it. We're going to need it here. Cause yeah, this is such a big world. You're on a map that has 323 fields. Wow. That's a lot. What is that, like a 64x map? I've heard rumors that there are 64x maps. I don't dare even attempt to try it. You would need like a supercomputer to be able to play those, I think. Unless if you just got a map that's just got small fields and they've did quantity over, you know, size. It's a 16x map? Okay. So they probably don't have fields that are like this size. They're probably a lot of smaller fields, I would assume. I think the biggest field on here is that one, and that one cost 11 million. And I haven't even met back up with Fuzzy here yet, and I'm gonna start from the south because he's probably merging towards the north now. I'm hoping, anyway. Tell you what, while I'm going, go see what windmills we own. So we own this one, I believe. I think this one sits on our land. Matter of fact, we can confirm this by maybe clicking on it. Yeah, so we can sell that one. So you get 75,000 back for these windmills. So we own that one, but if you go to one that you don't own, yeah, you can't sell them. So it's got to be on property that you own. So if we fly back over here to where we're building our farm, there's one on the corner right here. I think we own that. Yep, we own that one. So there's another one we can replace. Let's see, where else did we own? We've got a place down here somewhere. I think I'm too far over now. It may be further this way. Here it is. So we own this field surrounding this thing. Are there any windmills on it? There is right there. I don't know if we own that or not. Click on it and see. We do. We own that windmill too. So we got that windmill. Maybe another one? Yep, there's another one. So we own 4 windmills. We got 4 windmills we need to replace. And then I'll have to check on the area up north here. Fly all the way back up here. See if there's any around this field. There's one right there that we might own. Yep, so that's 5. So yeah, I think we own 5. 5 windmills. So I say we should probably make a rule, Fuzzy, that when we cut like the grass like this on the edges, cut one side at a time, get it baled, get the bales picked up, get the bales put into storage, or get them in the harvester silo to where they're processing, and then move on to mowing like the south side or the east side or the north side. That way, you know, if you have too many bales down, it will lag. And with this being a 16x map, I can only imagine how bad it would be. Probably pretty bad. Alright, unfold the baler. Lower baler, baler on. Alright, we're baling grass. Yes, we are using the truck with the gooseneck trailer on it. Be aware that that has an expanded capacity on it. So your bales, when you load them up, it's not just, what was it? You know what? I need to see what size my bales are. I didn't even check that. I think hopefully they're still the same size. But yeah, you're probably gonna have, well, you're gonna have more bales. Alright, I'm on controller. Detect me. I'm on controller. I just gotta find the thing. I think I need to change my bale size. Was it R? Yeah, there's 240. 180, 220, 240. So there's gonna be a few bales that are not the same size. You may have to pick these up first and bring them back. Sorry. I think it defaults back to 220, which is what we used to do. But this should change. So that's a 220, that's probably a 220. The next one should be a 240. Should be able to notice the difference between the width. That still looks like 220 to me. That might be a 240 there. Yeah, that's a 240. Let that drop. Alright, hop out here and look at it. So the grass bales at 240, we get 6,500 liters. And then the 220 bales, I think they're just 6,000. Yeah, so 6,000 even on just the 220 bales. Alright. So there's a handful of 220 bales. You might want to pick those up. Well, I don't know if you want to do it for first or... I started down south, so... And I'm heading north. It's a shame you can't put, unless you want to load them manually and then put a strap down on them. I don't know, it might be easier just to load those few and then... Yeah, if you want to manually lift them up and put them on the trailer and just throw some straps on there, that would work. There's only a handful of them. Gotta be less than 10. Oh, do you not have that? Um, go in here. Don't think there's a specific one. Maybe if I... Oh gosh, not that. I think if I just promote you... Why does it have the volume up and down? Oh, is that for like the in-game chat maybe? Try it now. Ice cream truck, come back, come back, come back. I'm trying to do that in my best Rose in the Icy Water voice. Come back, come back. I need a whistle. Ice cream truck. I want a pudding pop, an ice cream sandwich, and a Mickey Mouse ice cream bar, and a bomb pop, a Flintstones push-up pop, a Snicker bar, and something Oreo. Cookies and cream. Give me something cookies and cream. Maybe I could do Rocky Road. Alright. Come on, last bale, get off there. Alright, I'm gonna leave this stuff parked over here for now. And then I'm gonna take my first break, guys. We'll see. Fuzzy should be headed this way to pick up the bales. But yeah, I'm gonna take my first break. I'll be back very shortly. You guys on YouTube, I guess we'll end the YouTube video first. YouTube, thanks for watching. Huron County 16X. It's gonna be fun. It's all about farming. Alright, until next time, remember you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see you, YouTube. Bye.